Hello, welcome back to my channel. Just a quick update on immigration again. I said again because I can't just believe how much um, the minister has just been like bombarding people with different changes every day, every minute, every second. Is just one change to the another. So on the 29th of April, he came out to clarify things about the work permit for international students. In one of my videos, I did explain that the minister mentioned that there was going to be a change. So he has announced this change, and what the change is this: as from September 2024, international students will no longer be able to do 40 hours during school term. So if you are a student and you are doing 40 hours now, please, any hours you can get, do it so that you can use it to save up some money. Because as from September 2024, you're going to go back to 24 hours. It was originally 20 hours, but it is added 4 hours to it. And please, what does this mean to you? What it means is that if you're coming to study in Canada, please get your money. Get your tuition fee, get your maintenance fee, and have your work permit, which you will have anyways. Your job here should be an added on, like an additional means. Do not rely on the job you will do here as a student. So I'm going to just let you watch the video of the minister so that you will understand better. Watch, please. Watch. Try to watch all through. If you are coming to Canada to study as a student, please make sure you watch the whole of that video. It is very informative. It is very important, because I don't want you to come here and get stranded. Like I will always say, Canada is a good place to study. It is very good. It is good. But if you are not prepared, my brother, my sister, it can be very challenging. Even when you are prepared self, the change of environment, the cultural shock, the change in language, everything. Somebody might say, what do I mean by changing language? Don't we speak English back home in Nigeria? The way we speak in Nigeria is kind of different from the way that they speak here. Yes, we speak English. We speak very fast. We speak pidgin. We speak some other type of English. But here they have their own ways. So all those shock put together, their culture is different from ours. So that's a topic for another day. So just so that I don't deviate from what we're talking about, please sit tight and watch the minister himself. Okay, we'll be right back.
Here to discuss the changes to off-campus work hours for international students coming into effect in the coming months, and highlight how we're working with our partners, including provinces and territories and learning institutions, to improve the integrity of the international student program and put in place rules to make sure that students are properly supported and successful here in Canada. In October of 2022, we waived the 20-hour per week limit for off-campus work for international students. At the time we were recovering from the pandemic, employers couldn't find workers for positions, and many students were struggling with rising costs. In December, I announced the extension of that policy, allowing for unlimited off-campus working hours for international students. The policy expires today, and it won't be renewed, as it was a successful measure in helping our economy recovery from the pandemic, and is therefore no longer necessary. As I'm about to announce, won't affect most students who are just at the end of their academic year now and planning to work through the summer, because students are already allowed to work unlimited hours during the school breaks under certain conditions stated in their study. At the same time, it's been shown by research, and we know that increasing working hours while studying at post-secondary institutions can lead to declining academic performance and increase the risk that students will drop out of the programs. We need to support international students and make sure they're set up for success and that they're here properly studying. Looking at best practices and policies in other like-minded countries, most of them limit the number of working hours for international students. Canada's rules need to be aligned, or we will find our programs attracting more and more applicants whose primary intent is to work and not study. We also want to follow the research and continue to improve the integrity of the entire international student program. To be clear, the purpose of the international student program is to study and not to work. So with these considerations in mind, we intend to make permanent changes to allow up to 24 hours of off-campus work for international students, with a goal of having that in place for the fall. The new 24-hour rule means that students can work up to 3 shifts a week. To conclude, as I announced this past December, we increased financial requirements for new study permit applicants to a little over $20,000 for 2024. This figure is a more accurate reflection of the cost of living today in Canada and doubles what was required before. It means the students are better prepared for when they arrive. Going forward, the financial requirements will be tied to the low income cutoff published by StatsCan each year to ensure it continues to reflect the true cost of living in our country, and to provide a higher standard of support for international students. I want to thank provincial and territorial partners for their ongoing work to help improve this program, because we know a lot of that responsibility and jurisdiction, frankly, lies on their shoulders. As well, I'll be meeting with provincial and territorial ministers on May 10th to discuss our plan for a sustainable, trusted immigration system and how to better align our immigration levels with the needs that have been expressed across the country. Impatient, évidemment, de prendre vos questions. Is 3 shifts of 8 hours. It seems reasonable. It's a lot to be working during the week. We know that over 20 hours, there are more than 80+% of students working over 20 hours. We think it would have been unduly burdensome to reduce it to 20 hours or even more. We know from studies as well that when you start working in and around the 30-hour levels, there is a material impact on the quality of your studies. And again, being able to work 30 hours a week is as close to a full-time job, and it doesn't make sense, does not match with the idea behind the international student program, which is to study and not to work. But again, it costs a lot of money to be an international student. It can cost $40,000. So we don't want to put them in undue hardship. Students that want to come here have to realize that they can only work 24 hours in order to offset some of their costs or bring the material resources themselves when they come here. Hélène, please.
In the summer. Why is it till the fall?
It's just the implementation program. There is a consultation period that by law we have to undertake. Canceling the policy right now means things snap back to 20 hours. Now, if you're a student and you're on break, like most students, you can work 40 hours a week or more. But those that are taking full-time studies during the summer will in fact have to comply to a 20-hour week, and that'll be ramped up after the consultation and regulation period to 24 hours in September.
So welcome back. And apart from the work hours, I think what they're going to be doing now is to make sure that you submit your attendance. That students who are coming to study in Canada submit their classroom attendance. You know, before now, after your graduation, you just get your certificate and you send it to immigration for your work permit, like postgraduate work permits. Before now, there wasn't any issue. Nobody was bothered about whether you went to school or you didn't go to school. And some people were able to pass their exams. If you've ever studied in Nigeria, I don't know of other countries. Sorry if I'm a bit biased here. That's my country, so I know what's happening, and that's why I can compare both countries. If you've ever studied in Nigeria with the rigorous ways that we have been taught, you can thrive here. You can thrive here. The education here is not difficult at all compared to where we are coming from. Okay, so some people were able to do what they should, what they did, get their certificate without attending classes the way they should. But now the game has changed. The game has changed to the game has changed. So now you have to present your attendance in class, and if you don't meet up to the expectation, you will have to give reason for it, because like the minister said, you are coming here to study, not to work. Even though you have a work permit, your primary aim, your primary reason for coming here is to study. So that is why I am pleading, because a lot of things has been done. A lot of things has been done. A lot of us has soiled our country's name. What is happening here, Nigerians? What is happening here, Nigerians? Like everywhere, we can maintain good name. Please, if you have money, Canada is good to study. If you don't have, by all means, there are other ways you can come. I know somebody will say, yes, there is no way that doesn't involve money. But coming through express entry is a cheaper route. It might take time, but start from somewhere. And somebody might ask, where do I start from? Start by assessing your credentials. Assess your credentials. Put your credential in there. Let them assess it. Do your English exam. And I heard now that they are going to take away. They are going to waive the English exams. So that would just mean you doing only worse. And please, 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 put your credentials in that place. Apart from you doing that, like apart from you doing this assessment, it can also be a place where you can bank your credentials. I did a video on this some time ago, and maybe a lot of people were like, what is she talking about? Right now, as I speak to you, the Nigeria College of Nursing and Midwifery Board, people can't access them anymore because the nurses took them to court over their claim change that they wanted to use to hold back nurses from traveling. And so since they started that court issue, they've locked their office. You can't reach them. So if you even have any opportunity now as a nurse, I don't know how you are going to access your documents. So that's another topic for another day. But please, my point is this: get your documents and start other process. It might take time, but definitely someday it will reach you. That's if you don't have money for school. But if you have the money to study, by all means, it is a very quick way. You get your things together, put your house together, apply for this visa, and come and study. Please do not try to cut corners. Do not try to cut corners. It doesn't help to cut corners in Canada. They will fish you out. It doesn't matter how long. It's just going to be a matter of time. Please and please, I just thought I should drop this here. If you are coming to study as a student, get your finances ready. Get your finances ready. If you have your finance, if your pocket is heavy and loaded, you don't have a problem. Because you might not get job as soon as you thought you will get. That's what gets a lot of people frustrated. That's what gets a lot of people stranded. You might not get job as soon as you thought. Some people come in and they get job almost immediately. Other people come in, they get job halfway down their course. And some people come in from the day they started their studies until graduation. They no work. I'm not exaggerating. I talk to people a lot. Please do not fall victim. Don't let any immigration agent, don't let them deceive you. Don't let them tell you things that does not exist in Canada. And like I also said, there are so many people out there on the internet, because they want crowd, they want followers. They tell you this is happening, and a lot of us, we want to go with people that give us false hope and false information. Please don't fall for that trap. So at this point, if you have any question, maybe you are already a student here, you're going through stress, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to go about things, drop your comment on the comment section. Let's see how we can talk through. Or you are not here yet and you have questions to ask, you want to be clear about certain things, I can help you, and it's free of charge. It is free of charge. This information, I lacked them when I first came abroad, and I know how much I have to pay for it, for not knowing this information before I came. And that's one of the reasons I've taken it upon myself to talk to people. I don't want to be like that person that will say, oh, I suffered when I came, so they will have to suffer when they come. Everybody have to pay their own fair share. No, that's wickedness. That is sheer wickedness. If you've suffered anything and you want to wish it on your person that is coming, that's wickedness, witchcraft. You know, my own philosophy is that anything I suffered, nobody I know will suffer it. Because I believe that I went through that so that others will not go through it. So please, do not fall for any burden. Don't fall into the trap of, hey, Canada, when you come to Canada, the government of Canada will give you 10,000. When you come to Canada, it's free education. When you come to Canada, in fact, you just get free house. When you come to Canada, they are good on the streets of Canada. When you come to Canada, there are trees, money growing on trees. If that's the case, me, I am not even sure where I would have been now. Maybe I would have been flying. So don't let anybody deceive you. He that has ear, let him hear. My own is to tell you, but the choice lies with you. Please do not fall for these people. Do not fall for them. Do your findings. Make sure that you know what you're coming into. Let it be defined before you set out. Okay? So I'm going to draw the curtain from here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do me a great favor by subscribing. If you haven't liked, please like. Put on your notification button so that anytime I put up or upload any video, you'll be one of the first to notice it. Once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming along with me. Thank you for following. I couldn't have come this far without you. And if you have not subscribed, please encourage me, because the only way I can get the message that I'm making impact is the number of people that watch, the number of people that subscribe, the number of people that share. Even your comments encourages me. So do not hesitate to like, subscribe, share, and follow. all the best as you put things together to pursue your dream. Please pursue your dream. I did this 10 years ago. I pursued my dream of being an international student. I was once a student, and today I can boldly tell you that I don't have any regrets putting all my savings in my education. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Have a great day.